Some guy that looks like Boba Fett shoots some droid that looks like IG-88 to save some baby that looks like Yoda. The end. Oh, and I guess maybe we can talk a little bit about the crazy space battles. Badass and meaningful conflict. Planned out and well-executed character arcs. Carl Weathers. This little green thing that makes me want to give my dog away. Rambo, you're an outside dog now until I stop caring about Baby Yoda. Wait, Baby Yoda cost $5 million to make? Holy shit, Rambo, get back inside. That is way, way too much money. All right, opening shot already looks promising. Bar fight with Breaking Bad thug number 5 and Davy Jones. This is original, just like Obi-Wan in The New Hope and every other movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
Martel.
The Republic seems to be seriously lacking on safety regulations for these doors. Maybe people were safer when the Empire was around, I don't know. Please don't be in the entire show. Please don't be in the entire show. Oh, thank God. Wait, did he just say Life Day?
I was hoping to be free for Life Day.
Making Star Wars the holiday special canon is the boldest thing Disney has ever done.
Happy Life Day. Happy Life Day, everyone.
All of you are an important part of my life, pal.
Artu and I wish that we were more than just mechanical beings. And we're really alive.
Okay, that's kind of dark. Moving on.
We celebrate.
No, Rambo, wrong clip. Put the Mandalorian back on.
Might be doesn't.
Good. They included all the weird marbles in the Gatekeeper droid's eye socket. I look for details like that. If you forget the marbles, it would literally ruin the show.
Hey, you know that you can get a refill on any drink you want here, and it's free.
It's a wonderful restaurant.
He said you were the best in the parsec.
Holy shit, they got the white Morgan Freeman to be in this movie.
Freeze! No! Drop your weapons.
Never open a fucking door around me.
We have you 4-1.
I like those odds.
Watch out, we got a badass over here. But seriously, the show is badass.
Let's see the puck.
I'm afraid discretion dictates a less traditional agreement. We can only offer you a tracking fob.
Okay, so in case you're wondering about the difference between a bounty puck and a tracking fob, a bounty puck has information about the bounty, but they don't use one because they want to be discreet. But a tracking fob just means hundreds of people can track the target wherever they go for the rest of the season somehow, and it's never really explained or discreet at all. But they got the marbles part right, so we're all good. Oh no, my marbles! All right, this is fan service I can get behind. I've always wanted to see one of these monkey lizards get shish kebabbed. And you're next, bitch. Look, it's the Cantina prop droid. What the hell is this thing gonna do? Just stand there and get shot? Why do they keep inserting all this old shit? Can't they come up with anything new? Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, that's... Holy shit, this thing is like the Terminator.
I will initiate self-destruct.
Do not self-destruct.
Beginning self-destruct countdown.
No, stop.
I like how IG-11 keeps calculating all the odds in real time and changing his protocol from killing himself to not killing himself. I'm sure there's a lot of people in real life that can relate to that.
Running a quick diagnostic. It has missed my central wiring harness.
Or it could be your colon. I'd want to get in there and find some answers.
Thank you for killing that mudhorn so we can eat egg goop. Also, Baby Yoda has the Force. Wait a minute, it's a safe? Abrams and Johnson don't even care enough to make a coherent story for the trilogy, but Jon Favreau is out here trying to explain why this guy was running around with an ice cream maker in 1980.
Finding a Mandalorian in these trying times.
Offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Yeah, he's got an egg, you might...
Oh, there, I pull over, okay?
How many of them had tracking fobs?
All of them. All of them! But not one of them closed the deal. Only you, Mando. Only you.
So they all had tracking fobs, but none of them besides IG-11 even made it to the compound. No one else even made it to the planet. In fact, it doesn't even look like any of them made it outside the bar. What kind of shitty bounty hunters guild is this?
Can I show my gratitude to my most valuable partner?
Do you see me more as the respected dramatic actor or more of the beloved comic actor?
Whoa. There's still plenty of meat on that bone. Now you take this home, throw it in a pot, add some broth, a potato. Baby, you got a stew going.
I think I'd like my money back.
Buy a Campton Old Spice. By the time you come out of hyperdrive, you will have forgotten all about it.
Did he just tell him to do drugs to forget about his problems?
Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow.
I want to be an actor.
Here's a little backstory on the Mandalorian tribe. The Great Purge is when the Empire killed most of the Mandalorians, which forced them into secrecy underground. During this extermination of their people, the Empire took their Beskar. Then the Mandalorian was paid with that same Beskar. It's basically the equivalent of Anne Frank deciding to work with Hitler. So this guy actually kind of has a point.
Our world was shattered by the Empire, with whom this coward shares tables.
But it's all good because these guys are friends now.
Oh my God! We're having a fire sale! Oh, the burning! Ah! Oh, mate! This isn't a fever scene! Can't even see where the knob is!
What is that? Back up.
What the? You know what I ought to do? I ought to check myself into a men's penal colony.
The blue color tones in the villagers' clothes is symbolism for the crack epidemic in the 1980s. That sweet blue crack destroyed families, just like these rabid dogmen. Actually, Rambo, you kind of look like one of those. You may not be cuter than Baby Yoda, but at least you're cuter than that thing. Was that basket making you claustrophobic or something? I like how this is the first time Mando is nice to Baby Yoda. Took him longer than the rest of America to give a shit. I can relate to that. This was actually the same episode where I realized Baby Yoda wasn't just some cheap marketing trick. Alright, I guess it was just a cheap marketing trick, but still. This was the first time they tried to shove some cute tiny character down our throats. Alright, I guess it wasn't the first time they tried to shove some cute tiny character down our throats, but this was the first time I actually gave a shit.
What are porgs? The greatest invention of all time.
Yeah.
The cutest. Oh, we saw one last night.
We did. We saw one. Yeah, Ryan actually has one, and they have like real feathers on them. Oh my God. And
we pet
very, yeah, and it can move its
cute.
little mouth, and
it's odd.
Chicken and a little kind of penguin-y thing, and like
owl.
an owl.
Alright, I don't watch other puppet shows, so I'm not sure what level of puppetry this is, but looks pretty good to me. And then just to show you how bad it could have been, they show you the CGI cat.
There are very few intelligent, attractive, and straight men in this town.
Well, that certainly leaves me out. She said single. You did say single, correct? I thought I...
You're a medical doctor and you're living an absurd fantasy as an actor. It's time to get real.
Wow. It's tough talk, but I like it. You're saying land a major film.
I don't think...
They'll be fine.
They'll
be fine.
What the hell do you know, lady? People keep trying to kill that kid. There's a lot of great tributes to classic movies during these scenes. Like this image looks like art inspired by classic alien invasion movie War of the Worlds. And this scene is most likely a parallel to the film Nutty Professor 2: The Clumps. Sometimes people need help, but they still need to learn to fight for themselves. Just like when Clumps farted on that cake and needed help spitting out that meatball. This is meant to show the forward progressing character arc of Baby Yoda. He used to be a frog murderer, and now he just tortures them.
I'm gonna have to rotate that. You got a fuel leak? Look at this. This is a mess. How did you even land?
Well, I don't want to blame it all on 9/11, but it certainly didn't help. But anyway, I need your help. If you could could we go back to your office, please?
All right, I need to go on record as saying f these guys and f this chick in particular.
If you succeed, you keep the child and I will have your name cleared with the guild. I await your arrival with optimism.
Wow, that's quite a voicemail. You know, Mando, I'm thinking the only way this works is if you can put together a team.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
How's your job search coming?
Yes, no, I did not book this one. I think I made the fire too real for them, and probably failed to highlight the sale. So good for her. And will you excuse me, please?
I like all the angles of this team. You got the former slave, the former shock trooper, the former murder droid, the former guild bounty hunter. The only force user here is a baby, and there are 0 lightsabers being carried between all of them.
Look at me, I'm an actor. An actor, for crying out loud. I mean, you know how much rejection I face every day. But in this business of show, you have to have the heart of an angel and the hide of an elephant.
But you've never actually had an audition.
Well, excuse me.
Sorry for the remote rendezvous, Mando, but things have gotten complicated since you were last here.
Yes, that's fine, but I would like to focus on my acting, Mr. Weathers. I did give you my last $1,100.
Let me tell you a little story about acting. I was doing the Showtime movie, Hot Ice with Ann Archer. Never once touched my per diem. I go to craft service, get some raw veggies, bacon, cup of soup. Baby, I had a stew going.
I think I'd like my money back.
The only person with any sort of sense around here is Cara Dune.
Let's just kill him and get out of here.
He's right.
Give me your blaster.
The ironic part is in The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson's message was to blindly listen to women even when nothing makes sense. And Jon Favreau's message here is the woman is the only one making sense, but we're not gonna listen to her.
Is the world more peaceful since the revolution?
Man has a point. People are getting chopped in half by shoddy door regulations. Apparently the Republic will bomb you if a certain device is blinking in your proximity. I'm starting to side with the Empire here. Moff Gideon is just Disney Gus Fring in space.
Who's this guy?
I just said he's Disney Gus Fring in space.
You may think you have some idea of what you are in possession of, but you do not.
You know, first of all, we are doing this for her, okay? Because neither one of us wants to get divorced. And secondly, I know you're the big marriage expert. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Your wife is dead.
Remember in one of my videos how I complained that Rian Johnson made Rey into no one? I wasn't complaining that anyone could be a Jedi. I think that concept is fine. I was complaining because the previous movie, The Force Awakens, spent an obnoxious amount of time building up her past being super relevant, and then Johnson just threw it out the window. The concept they're trying to get across here that anyone could be a Jedi ends up falling flat because the vision was not well executed. Compare that to the Mandalorian's journey. He's just a normal child with a normal family that was torn apart from one tragic day. When he delivers this line,
"But you're a Mandalorian."
Mandalorian isn't a race.
It's a creed.
that hit me harder than any message the sequel trilogy was trying to say. A Mandalorian could be anyone, just as long as they have the will and strength and determination. The whole family could have been Mandalorians, but unfortunately there wasn't enough room in this bunker.
Because I'm a woman.
To nurse and protect. To nurse and protect.
Evacuate all the school children! Am I panicked about the fire, or am I being brave for everyone else?
You expect me to search the galaxy for the home of this creature and deliver it to a race of enemy sorcerers?
Well, season 2 sounds dope, not gonna lie.
Until it is of age or reunited with its own kind, you are as its father.
You what?
The manufacturer's protocol dictates I cannot be captured.
This is the best sacrifice I've seen on TV since Vegeta tried to destroy Majin Buu. I'm trying to think if there are any other good ones. Was there any good sacrifices in Walking Dead? No.
Did you get a job or something?
No, I didn't. Unless you consider world's coolest daddy a job.
Come on down to the Janitor show. Without The Mandalorian, Star Wars could potentially be a dead property. Just a dead movie franchise with a dying theme park, so I can't overstate its importance enough. Solid script, phenomenal music, grateful actors whose lives haven't been destroyed by Star Wars fans yet.
What do you want me to audition for? The bug? Or the robot? And he's like, you're the Mandalorian.
Most importantly, this show is badass. There's also some very refreshing themes being played out here that doesn't feel like virtue signaling. I think the best one is that it's okay to ask for help. Throughout the series, there are so many moments where I thought we would see the "I don't need anyone's help" cliche bullcrap play out, but that never happens once. He accepts help from Quill without seeming too proud and doesn't even flinch when Quill puts him in his place. He's the one that proposes the idea that him and IG-11 work together. Usually it would be the other way around, with our main character being hesitant. He seeks out help from Cara Dune and they make a great team. For the finale, everyone that has helped him in some small way is present, and without their help he would have never gotten this far. And he shows his gratitude for this by giving Quill a proper burial. The official Janitor review score? 4 out of 5. Probably the only thing made by Disney that George Lucas isn't ashamed of. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Gonna switch things up for the outro and thank all my Patreon supporters. Jake. Thank you, Jake. See you next time, Janitor Squad.
I'm afraid I prematurely shot my wad on what was supposed to be a dry run, if you will, so now I'm afraid I have something of a mess on my hands.